Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is part two. What if Deku was Johnny Cat? I was supposed to record earlier, but I went to sleep, so I'm gonna record now. So, like I said, the test over with, and they all go home. So, a week passes by. It's actually on a weekend. On a Saturday, Deku and Mina are actually going on a date. Whilst on their date, walking down the street, a little girl bumps into Deku. As he looks down, you know, he sees this little girl. He says, "No, hello, what are you doing here?" And she, is shaking. You know, looks at her bandages. She sees that there's this red liquid, which is blood. And then when Shizaki comes out and says Eri's name, that she shakes more. So Deku put one and two together real fast, and he came to the conclusion that Shizaki is torturing this little girl, or something like that. That's what he sees it as. Someone's torturing this little girl. So when he walks up to Deku and says, "Thank you for finding my daughter," we just hear a loud bang. And then Shizaki's on the ground. Everyone in the vicinity looks over, wondering what that bang was. But the thing about this is no one had a camera, their phones, no one, there's no cameras around the area. So what Deku does is just he pulls out his gun. There was already smoking. He shot through his jacket and then lays the whole clip inside of Overhaul. Now Eri was actually had her ears covered by Mina, and had her face being covered by her too. So Overhaul actually gets killed in this one. And Deku takes, Eri, and he calms Eri down, saying that she don't gotta be scared. And Eri says, Deku asks her name, but he heard the name, so he said, "So your name is Eri. Well, you can call me Izuku. This is my girlfriend Mina." As Mina says hi, as Eri, says hi back to Mina, Deku says, "How about this? How about I, bring you to my house, and I let my parents adopt you. You become my little sister." And Eri says, "Okay." So he goes back to his house with Mina, and shows Eri off to his mom and dad, Inko and Hasashi. They say where you got her from. Deku says that he saved her from this dude that was doing something to her. Then Eri explains her story. That basically Shizaki was supposed to watch over her, but he just started one day doing experiments on her blood to basically make these corroboration bullets. And she don't know what happened to her grandpa. That was the original person of the Yakuza. So Eri gets the destination of what a Yakuza base was, and that's gonna happen a little bit. But first, Deku gives Inko money, Inko and Hasashi money, and tells them to go buy some clothes for Eri. She needs some clothes, and that's what they do. They get into a car, they drive off. They got a better car too. They drive to a clothing store. They buy some more clothes for Eri, and then they go to the adoption center and they adopt Eri. And, they go home. But they get home, they don't see Deku there. They wonder where he's at and where Mina at. Deku dropped Mina off at home, and Deku went back to the Saints Row. He told them that they got a gig, so let's get going. As everyone packed all their guns that they wanted, and they get into cars. Then you see down the street a whole bunch of purple cars with the Saint symbol on it. The Saint symbol on a whole bunch of cars. Now just pull up to this street, in which there's cop tape all around it, and a whole bunch of cops. Just looking down at Overhaul's body, where they got body bag over it, and the police tape, not tape, the chalk that you see at the crime scene, seeing where the body was at, and they have evidence, seeing the caliber of the bullets, the shells. They don't see the clip because we kept the clip in there. And a bunch of eyewitnesses saying that it was a kid, that did it. And that, he walked away with this little girl. As soon as they say that, they see a whole bunch of cars roll up. They park. They all get out of the cars. They see, the police see all these people with, purple on, with these guns, just walk over, cross through the security tape, the police tape, just pass by all of them, go into this alleyway, and just keep walking. And then a couple of minutes later, all they hear is gunshots, in which this dude scare a couple people off as the police get ready with their guns, wondering what's happening. Then, a couple more minutes pass by. And then you can just see these people coming out, with these red, with these purple suits, carrying these, crates and these boxes. As they load them inside the trunks of all the cars, as they pull out another, they see another thing come out, and it's a person on a stretcher that is currently, knocked out. As Deku just leaves the stretcher by the ambulance, and he, gets back into his car, and they all drive off. Now the police wondering what happened, they actually go down the alleyway they look into where they came from, all the shootings. They see all the shells on the ground, and they look, and they see a massacre. Everyone that was inside of Overhaul's base died, except the old man. Well, the old man basically can't move, can't walk, can't talk, can't do anything. He's basically in a coma. So Deku gets back to the Saints Row. They unload all the corporation bullets, and they actually destroy them, saying that they would be, causing trouble. They destroy all the corporation bullets, meaning there's no more corporation bullets. So this is played over the news like a mass shooting just happened today, leaving a whole bunch of people dead. As the cops explain what happened. News says that later this night, a whole bunch of purple cars pulled up to this police scene, with these people wearing purple suits getting out the cars and walking down this alleyway past all the police and witnesses. They then went down the alleyway, and then a couple minutes later, police explained that they heard gunfire. Then a couple more minutes later, they see people coming out with these crates. And then another, after all of them passed by, there's this, kid that pulled out, this man on the stretcher. They then ordered everyone back in the cars and, tried to go. As they left. As they were leaving, we actually saw the symbol on the cars, it being the Saints Row symbol. So, dude says there you have it. The Saints Row just attacked these people that we presume are the Yakuza, from what the police said. This is, Amy, whatever, with the channel, I want to say the Channel 2 News, stay safe out there, signing off. So everyone saw the news. So the next day is cool, all might coming in. Now, since Bakugo, Deku, and Mina. Oh yes, I actually got the Class 1A roster. Yeah. Don't mind this picture. I was doing something with it. I used it to change my school Google picture. Changed it to that. So this all happening. Mina, Deku, and Bakugo basically being a part of the Saints Row, they have unlimited money and they can have anything they want. Well, people don't no one in Deku school knows except from him, Mina, and Bakugo, and I'm gonna say Nezu. Yeah, Nezu knows, but Nezu also told Aizawa, but not All Might. So everyone gets their hero costumes. Deku costume being purple in this one, and it look like combat gear, in which he do have pistols on it, but they hidden. No, they hidden pistols, which no one can see. But he has blunt weapons because heroes don't want him killing people, but he's gonna do it anyway. He's gonna be the hero that kills, an anti-hero. I don't know why they don't have that in My Hero, but they do have what's his name? The dude with the guns, I forgot. That could. I'm gonna say the dude with the guns, they use guns for Snipe. Yeah, Snipe. I'm gonna say they allow him to kill in case he needs to with his guns. Then there's Aizawa, in case he needs to kill, he can kill. I'm gonna say all heroes, in case they need to kill a villain. When it's super serious, they need to kill a villain, they can. But they can't just go around killing people every day and saying, "Oh, it was a mistake. My finger was on the trigger already." Something like that. They have to have a real good reason to kill a villain. So then the fights happen. It's the same team as in canon. This one I'm gonna say. So Bakugo and Ida versus Deku and Araka. Mina is a little bit sad that she's on the same team as Deku, but she okay with it. So they fight. And Deku wants to go in all blazing. The guns are blazing. But Araka says we have to come up with a strategy. Deku says, well, Bakugo is probably going to come after me, wanting to test his skills, even though I'm the one who taught him all of his skills. Well, some of his skills. He's going to try to test the master. But let's just get this over with. As he kicks the door open and he walks into the building, he already can tell that the bomb will be on the top floor, because that's something he would do. Either put the bomb on the top floor, the bottom floor, or the middle. So they search, everywhere, from the bottom to the top. And then, while walking, Bakugo actually comes around the corner, throws a kick at Deku, in which Deku basically blocks the kick. He didn't, Bakugo didn't, throws an explosion. Deku ducks the explosion, rushes in, punches Bakugo in the stomach, sending him into the wall. In which Bakugo stands up. He says, "You got a good punch. Deku, seems you got stronger." As Deku says, same goes for you, Bakugo. Last time we fought, you got taken down with just one punch. Seems you can handle, some of my strength now. So let's keep going. As they keep going, back and forth punching each other, Bakugo throwing explosions, Deku kicking him, but overall, Bakugo loses, Deku defeats him, he ties him up in a capture tape, and actually basically just leave him there. As they move on, Araka says, Izuku, you can fight really good, because Bakugo don't call him Deku. He says, Izuku, you can fight, very well. Or, you did a good job, or they just keep going. So they get to the bomb area, and they see Ida. Deku says he has a plan, as he pulls out what is only can be told as the 9-banger. If you don't know what a 9-banger is, it's basically a flashbang that goes off 9 times. So Deku slides there in the room. Ida's not expecting it, so when it goes off, Ida's blinded and deafened. So Deku rushes in, kicks his leg out, so he falls down, hits the ground. Deku ties him up in the capture tape and tells Araka to touch the bomb. So they touch it, saying that the hero team wins. So since Deku did most of the heavy lifting, They do say that Araka could have did more, but let's say that they actually did have good teamwork, but not really. Araka did make Bako float so he could really do all that to get out, and she actually did have a good plan that saying that the bomb might be around the top floor. That says I think the same thing. But they did not come with a plan or anything like that. But they won. It don't matter. So everyone else's goal similar to Canyon, but whoever team Mina's on, they actually win with her quirk being stronger and her body being stronger. Like I said, she worked out with Deku and Bakugo. I need to eat something. I'm gonna starve. Oh, it's 11:59. I didn't even notice. So the next day they have to choose class representatives, and they're gonna say that they actually choose Ida and Momo. Yes, they choose those two to lead the class. And the class president and vice president is Ida and Momo, and the representative is Deku. So they go to lunch, and Momo actually hits Deku, in which Deku gets angry from, stands up, kicks Monoma's leg out, so he goes to one knee. He grabs somebody's head and just knees him in the jaw, rocking his brain and knocking him out. He then sits back down as Kendo comes over and says, "Why would you do that?" Deku just ignores her. I can't say this word right now. Ignores her. And she says, "I'm talking to you," as Deku just continues to eat. And she says, "I'm talking to you." As Deku then says, listen here. I wouldn't have did anything if he didn't, elbow me in the back of my head. So he just got what he deserved. He's lucky he's getting off scot-free. And if we was outside on the street, he would be dead. And she says there's no way a hero should be talking. Yeah. As she basically takes Monoma and brings to the recovery girl. And everyone in the gym everyone in the cafeteria saw this. And they do say that it was Monoma's fault because he the one who did elbow Deku. So Kendo takes Monoma to recovery girl. Recovery girl says nothing wrong. He just got knocked out. And a little bit of brain damage. Not brain damage. A little bit of his brain got shook a little bit, so it's gonna take a while to wake him up. Man, she says okay. She goes back to the cafeteria a little bit mad. So the alarm goes off. Everyone starts panicking. Except Deku, Bakugo, and Mita. They just being so calm. And everyone asks them why they so calm. And Deku says, "Why are you not?" They say, "Because it's a villain attack." And Deku then walks over to the window, wanting to see this villain attack. But he says, that bullshit. It's just the media. Everyone calm down. As Ida hears this from Deku and she enacts his plan that Araka did, him and Araka, and he says, "It's just the media, please calm down." So everyone finishes eating, they go back to class. As I always says, they're going to the USJ, so get on the bus. So while it's on the bus, Deku actually picks up his phone and he actually texts the number saying that he got this feeling. He get a text from a number saying, "Boss, there's something's gonna happen at this place at this time." Tell him that's not gonna happen at the USJ at this specific time that he's gonna be there. Deku, seeing this, he actually texts the rest of his gang because he don't want to do this. He don't got time to do this by himself, so he texts his gang to bring a whole bunch of people and bring your guns and go to this area and be there fast. As they do that, That's to go inside the USA using a jammer to actually jam the cameras and stealthily moving in so that 13 don't notice them. They didn't all position themselves ready for it when the ambush happened. As no, the bus get there, they don't see the rest of the cars. They don't see them because they hit the cars. And then everyone goes inside. Deku talks to Bakugo and Mina and says that something's gonna go down as he hands them both a gun. No one saw this transaction. Deku then walks up to Aizawa and says, Miss Aizawa, that something's gonna happen, so you might wanna get this. As Aizawa just sees Deku hand him this gun, and Aizawa says, a little bit shocked, his eyes widen and says, where did you get this? As Deku pulls out another gun, cocks and says, it won't matter. As he counts to 3, he says 3, 2, 1. That's when the portal opens. As the villains start coming out. As all the villains get out, and Shigaraki being dumb, says we're here to kill All Might. As this one, no one comes out and the portal closes. Kirishima asks us, well, we're going to fight villains, fake villains. Deku says no, they're real. And then Deku basically snaps his finger, and all people can hear simultaneously all people can hear is bang bang, basically gunshots, a lot of gunshots, very loud since they're in a closed space. They hear a bunch of gunshots and they just see people start dropping with blood coming out their bodies. And Aizawa sees that Deku don't seem affected, neither does Bakugo or, Mina. As Deku says, alright, let's go in. As, Mina, Bakugo, and Deku, they start walking down the stairs. Aizawa goes to stop them, but they just pass right by him, saying that, it's okay, Aizawa, we've seen this stuff before. As they basically pull off the hero costumes, showing the purple with the Saints Row marks on them. And, they all have matching jackets with purple on it. And on each of their jackets got, Deku having, the Saints Row symbol. And under his being king, Bakugo has the same symbol, but under his being, being, young prince, well, they just call him Kamikaze. Bakugo having, Kamikaze, Mina being the young, miss or queen. As they just pulled out their pistols, they cock them, they see how much bullets they have in them, and Deku says, you ready, you guys ready to, tear down? As all villains, both Bakugo and Mina says, let's do it, as they just rush in there. So the villains has to go attack them, but they start taking them down pretty fast. As Deku runs in, this villain, throws a punch at him, which he, moves his arm past his body, but whilst moving it, he actually shot his elbow and shot his shoulder, and then, he used his elbow to hit him in the jaw, and then, kick his right leg, his left leg, kick the knee to the side, making his knee fold over. He then, use his gun to shoot him in the head, kill him instantly. As this goes on, as it's a massacre. Class 1A is throwing up, being shocked. Some of them passed out. As I was just seeing this, as Deku finally gets to get into Shigaraki says, Nomu, kill that brat. As the Nomu rushes toward Deku, having heightened senses, being very good at combat, he actually slides, ducking Nomu's punches. And then, slides under Nomu, he jumps up on top of the Nomu head, blowing his brains out, killing it instantly. Shigaraki is shocked from this, that this kid just killed the Nomu, something that was made to kill All Might. He then aims at Shigaraki and shoot a bunch of bullets, emptying the whole clip. This actually hit Shigaraki basically 3 times, and the rest of the bullets actually hit Kirigiri, but they go right through him since his body's made of portals. Shigaraki, then says, Kirigiri, get us out of here now, being in so much pain. The rest of the villains are taken care of and killed, And the Saints Row basically jump off the ceiling where they at using ropes and says no. Everything is done, boss. As no, they celebrate. They leave. No, rushing through their own doors. As you know, they get away. Deku, Mina, and Bakugo actually gave their guns to them, so they don't have them on them anymore. They also took the gun from Aizawa, and they left. As the rest of the students are just standing there scared, as they see all this blood and stuff like that, with Deku having blood on him, so does Mina and Bakugo. As they just walk back up there, Aizawa says, "What was that? Who are you?" As Deku says, "Well, Aizawa, you should already know this. We are members of the Saints Row." Aizawa does remember Nezu saying something like this to him. They know Izuku Midoriya, Mina Ashido, Mina Ashido being, and Bakugo Katsuki all being a part of this gang called the Saints Row. But he don't know. He just know that they're affiliated with them. He don't know if they're actually, what kind of members they are. But, he heard from Deku saying that they, basically he's the leader. And, they just are part of this gang. As everyone's shocked to hear this, but, they just leave it at that. As the other heroes get there, they see all the bodies. The police get there, they see all the bodies in the ambulance. Everyone get there to see all these bodies. But, they see that none of the students are hurt. So they explain what happened, but they leave Deku, Bakugo, and Mina's name out of it. They just say that the gang, the Saints Row, basically came in here, killed all these villains, and they left. So, since all that's over with, they all go home, but it's on the news that the Saints Row just killed a whole bunch of villains during a UA raid. If the Saints Row wasn't there, the students would have got hurt. So currently, Shigaraki's in the hospital with a doctor that's actually healing his body from getting shot. So he's gonna be out of commission for a while. So the sports festival is actually it's gonna commence still. So, they train for the sports festival. They get a week off to train. And then they get another week off because, the break that they get. And so they come back to school, they try to intimidate them. That's when the other classes try to intimidate them. But from what they just saw, they can't be scared anymore. They just saw people die. And they had to, suck it up and see that the world is much more darker than they actually see. So they much more, ready for this. Saying that they're going to become heroes so that they don't ever see anyone die in front of them again. And this changes a lot of people in Class 1A for the better. And this also leads the path for Todoroki changing. So let's get to So they all go out into the field. Midnight explains that that person, the class representative of Class 1A, please come up here, and the person who got first place on the exam. As Deku walks up there, he don't really like giving speeches. Says, "I ain't really good at giving speeches, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna win. I want you all to try your best to give me a good fight. Because if you don't, I'm gonna beat the shit out you." As he puts the mic down and he just walks away. As everyone was just surprised by this, but not Bakugo and Mina. So Midnight says, "Okay, well, commence the first thing. With that being an obstacle course." Todoroki still declares war on Deku. Deku says, "Ooh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for this war." So it starts. Todoroki does the same thing he did in Canon, with Bakugo actually blowing through the ice way faster Mina actually, following after Bakugo's path by using her acid as she's sliding on it. And Deku just jumped over the whole gate thing and he just started flying. I think someone commented said that the wings are white and with charred tips at the end of it. I'm gonna have to watch the thing that someone gave me saying that if you want to see how the power should go here. So I'm thinking whoever that was, I'm gonna actually do that after this. As Deku easily passed all of them, not having to go through any obstacle, but So he gets to the end first. He'll be in the first. After a while, Bakugo comes in second, Todoroki in third, and Mina in fourth. And then Ida, and then so on and so forth. So the teams are actually different. It's gonna be Deku, Bakugo, Mina, and Uraka. Everyone else finds their own teams, But it goes on with the canon, with Mina actually being on top, with Uraka making them light, and so what Deku does is he uses his wings to fly them up in the air. So they just sit there for the remainder as Todoroki and other teams do try to get up there to him and try to take his headband, but they all fail. And, they pass all of this. They all pass all of that. With, Deku's team being in first place, keeping 10 million points. So I actually got the thing, this right here. So the bracket's going to stay the same. I really don't want to change anything. So now it's the first fight, Shinso versus Deku. Shinso, start talking all his crap, stuff like that. But, Deku isn't, he is brash, but he knows when to keep his mouth shut sometimes. And when Shinso says that, I bet it's, wonderful having a strong quirk, and Deku basically just says, cutting him off before he can say anything else. Deku says, I don't use my quirk every time. I just use my pure strength. Well, I have a strengthening quirk, but I just use my strength normally, and I didn't get my quirk until a couple of years ago. I just use my strength. I'm good at fighting, but I can see from your body that you don't do anything. You just rely on your quirk, crying like a little bitch, and you don't even try anything. As Deku starts walking to Shinso, says, how about this? How want you use my quirk? We can fight without quirks. As Shinso says, really? As Deku says, yeah. As he didn't answer the question, and Shinso says, got you. But, he goes to his mind, all he sees is carnage and all this death. And which he throws up in the real world. And, Deku says he probably shouldn't do that. As he runs over to Shinso, punch him in the stomach, and kick him out the ring. So, everyone's fight go most of the canon, but she actually beat, Sarah, whatever his name is, not Sarah, Laser Boy, moving her on. Bakugo beats Uraka, but not as bad. Actually, I'm gonna have to end this here right now. I'm sorry, but I have to go do something, and I'll pick this up later on. Thanks for watching. Peace out.